Alright, so welcome back to another day of the 100-day design challenge with Xpress-Pixels. And today we'll be creating a church flyer also. So I'm just going to dive right into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my canvas size. I'm going to be going with this. So you can copy my dimension, use the width and the height, and then I'm going to click on create. Alright, so once we create this, the first thing I want to do is add my background. So I'm just going to give it come here, I pick solid colors, and then let me pick black. Good. All right, so now next thing I want to do is I want to import my first resource. So I'm just going to go to my file here. I'm going to import this, drag and drop into Photoshop. I'm going to place here. All right, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to increase this. Okay, increase it, and then I'm going to rotate it a bit. So I'm just going to come to the side and then rotate it. Good. All right, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm just going to take this and duplicate it. So to duplicate this, I'm just going to press Alt and then I'm going to drag. Good. I'm going to drag to this side. Okay. Now to import my next resource, I'm going to go back to have my resources and I'm going to import. I'm going to import my next resource. So the next resource I'm importing is this. Okay. I'm going to take this drag and drop inside of Photoshop. Yeah. Good. So I'm just going to expand this. Let me expand it. Expand. Okay. So now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to just add a hue here and then I'm going to let me clip it. So to clip it, just right click on this layer where you have your hue and then create clipping mask. So it's going to clip directly to that image. All right, now I'm going to reduce the saturation. I want it in black and white. Good. Now next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my select and then I'm going to select the subject. Now once it's done selecting the subject, I'm just going to come here and click on this add layer mask and then it's just going to separate the subject for me. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this. So just do this and this. Let me just duplicate it. So Control G. Now I'm duplicating it. I'm placing it. So after duplicating it, I'm just going to select all of these together. So I'm going to press Shift and select all of this together. Let me drag this and drop here. Okay, this is good. So now next thing I'm going to do is you see this layer right at the back here. So I'm just going to delete this layer marks I created. This one here that the layer marks I added here to separate the subject. I'm going to delete it. Okay, I want this background to show. But now the only thing I'm going to is going to be that I'm going to select this and I'm going to drag this behind this layer added. Good. All right. So I'm just going to take my rectangular marquee tool here and then I'm just going to select to this point here and then I'm going to cut. All right. So now the next thing I want to do is let's not forget this layer here. Let me just bring this layer in front here. Good. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to import my next resource. Okay. So the next resource I want to use is, let's see. So I'm going to be using this. So let me just drag this and drop inside of Photoshop. All right. So now I'm going to increase this. So I'm going to increase this. All right. So once I'm done increasing that, I'm just going to let me increase it more. So I'm just going to add it here also. So let me just duplicate, copy this one. So just press Alt and drag and place right on top of this. Now let me create a clipping mask. Okay, I want to clip it directly to this. Now, next I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and drag this behind. Right. So I'm going to take it and drag it to the last clip there. So I'm going to edit this hue here. Let me just reduce the lightness a bit. Okay, that's good. All right, so next now to this, I want to add my logo. So let me go to back to my file. Let me just add the logo. I'll take this drag and drop inside of Photoshop, and then I'm going to place this here. So let me reduce this, reduce it. All right, so let me place this here. Now next now to this, let me add the. I'm going to go to my text too. I want to add a name here. So when I open, I'm going to type, and then I'm going to write my text. So daily bread ministry. I'm going to select everything, and then I'm going to change the color to black. All right. So once I change to black, let me just drag this and place here. So I want to change the font. Let me call me. I want to change the font to come down first. I'm not going to select the bold, and I'm going to leave it at that. So guys, I need to do work on this. Let me change this to heavy. So I'm just going to increase this. Right, next thing I want to add is I want to add another text. I'm just going to take my text to here. I'm just going to type. So I'm going to type the word deep, and then the next line time. All right, so I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to change the color. And before that, let me change the font. I'm going to use the text Mozambique MOU. All right, so I'm going to select this. So let me increase it. So let me select this, and let me just separate it here. Let me increase the space apart. I'll just select auto, so it's going to space itself out. All right, so but it's looking too far from each other, so let me just reduce it. So to reduce it, I'm just going to drag this back, drag till I'm satisfied. All right, I think this is good. So I'm going to take this and let me place this here. Let me increase it. So I'm going to drag from here. Let me drag from here. Let me bring this in closer together. All right. So let me just increase this a bit. So next thing I want to do is I'm just going to go to my color overlay here. I'm going to select gradient overlay, and then I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to change the color here real quick. Click here. So here will be yellow, and then here will be orange. All right, the yellow here is not shining very well, so I'm just going to increase this. I think this is good. Okay. All right, so now let me increase this. Let me just drag this down a bit. All right, so next now to do, I'm just going to click Control and pull. Next I'm going to do, I'm just going to click Control and Shift at this corner here, and then I'm just going to drag it down. All right. Good, this is okay. So I'm just going to drag the text here and place it just behind this image. Okay, and the image to be in front. Good. So now the next thing to do is I'm going to go to my shape tool and I'm going to add a rectangle tool here. So I'm going to add the rectangle tool. All right. So let me just, I'm going to pull this in a bit. Good. So let me reduce this side a bit also. Shift. Sorry, Control C. Let me just reduce it. All right. So I'm going to change the color. Let me use blue. I'm going to change the color to probably light blue. Light. Let me use this. I can still reduce this part here. Let me just still reduce this part a bit. All right. So now let me drag this down. Let me reduce this. Let me drag this down. So I'm going to drag this behind this image here. Okay, I want it to be at the back. So I'm going to click Shift and Control, and then I'm going to drag this. All right. Now the next thing I want to add. So I'm just going to duplicate this. Let me just drag this out and drag this down. Control Z. So Alt, and then I'm just going to drag this down. Okay. Now let me reduce the size of this. Control Z. Let me just use my shift to reduce the size of this. All right. Now the next, okay, let me pull this inside. Shift Control, just drag this inside a bit. All right. So now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come to my shape tool here. I'm just going to pick the triangle tool. All right. So I'm just going to cross my triangle at this point here. So the color I want to use for the triangle is going to be the same as this blue here because I want to merge it together. So I'm just going to select the blue here. All right, so that's it. Then I'm going to drag. Let me increase this so I can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to raise the drag, push this up a bit. I'm going to push that up. All right, so that's good. So I'm going to merge this and this together. So I'm just click and convert this. Okay. So now I'm going to drag this. It still has to be behind this image here. All right, now the next thing I want to do is still import a shape tool, a rectangle shape tool. Good. I'm going to place it here. So I'm going to place it here. All right. So I'm going to let me increase this so I can see what I'm doing here. All right. So let me good. All right. Let me drag this down a bit. Then let me the corners here. Let me expand it. So Shift and Control. Then I'm just going to drag the corner out. I'm going to do the same thing here also. Shift and Control to drag it. All right. So now the next thing I want to let me raise this up. I want this to be in the center of the time here and this shape here. So this, I'm just going to go to my color overlay. I'm going to add a color overlay of, sorry, I'm going to go to my gradient overlay, not color overlay. Sorry. So gradient overlay, and then I saw the same color as this time here. Okay, this is good. All right. So now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a stroke, the white stroke. Okay, so that is going to distinct itself out from that time there. White stroke, and then I'm just going to increase the white stroke. So here the position, make sure it's outside. Okay, so it's also like when anything you do is going to happen outside. All right, I think this is okay. All right, all right. So now I'm going to add a text inside of this. I'm just going to add a text theme. Sorry, so I'm going to let me let me add the text. Let me put my text here. So I'm going to write the word THEME. Okay, good. Save it and then change the color to white. Okay, so now I'm going to bring that forward. I need to make sure it's on top this rectangle here. Alright, so let me select it and let me change the font. I think this is okay. I can decide to let me change this to italic here so I don't have to bother with bending it again. Alright, so I'm just going to what I'm just going to do there is reduce the text. So let me just drag this inside here. Then let me increase this a bit. Alright. Right now, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add my theme, okay? So my theme is and he shall reign, okay? I'm going to take my text to here and I'm going to write and he shall. Then on my next line, I'm going to write the word reign, REIGN. Okay, select everything. I'm going to, the color is white already, so let me just move it forward here. It's going to be on top, okay? Good, and he shall reign, he shall reign. All right, so let me reduce this a bit. Let me place this here. So now what I want to do here, I want the and he shall to be small, and then the range should be bigger. I'm just going to select this and he shall, and then I'm going to reduce it. So once I'll select the and he shall, I'm just going to go here and reduce it. Alright, this is good. Alright, so I'm just going to increase all of them together from there. I'm just going to drag. Alright, the font is looking too long. Okay, let me see. Alright, let's just increase this. Instead, what we're going to do, we're going to increase our box here. So let's press shift and drag this down. Alright, that's good. And he shall reign. Alright, so now the next now to add is my date. Let's say 25 August. 25 August. Put my text to click here. Now I'm going to write 25 space AUG space 2025. So 2025. I'm going to select this. Control A. Let me change the color to black. Alright, so I have to change this text. So let me use. So I need to make sure I use something not far from this, because this particular text does not have values for numbers. So I'm just going to change. Let me use BEB. All right, Bebas regular. So I'll just use that Bebas regular. Okay, it's almost the same as this. All right, I think this is good. Okay, so now I'm just going to drag this out here. Good. So now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take this text 25 August 25, and then I'm going to drag it and drop right behind this triangle here. Okay, now there's a reason why I'm doing that. I'll show you that in a minute. So let me just space this out here. 25 August 25. Alright, so now this here, I'm just going to add a stroke and then a stroke of white, but let me reduce it. It's going to be okay. I think that stroke is okay. Alright, I want it to be behind this text. Now the next thing I want to do is, let me bring this down a bit. Alright, so now the next thing I want to do is just add the time. So I'm just going to add the time 8 a.m. So I'm just going to take my text also. I'm just going to write here 8 o'clock a.m. a.m. Good. So I'm going to change the color to white. And I'm going to drag and drop here. Good. So let me reduce this. Let me reduce it a bit. Alright, so right here I can just add a text of come and be blessed. I just put three dots, then COMENDBE, then blessed. SSED. So Control A. I'm just going to change the color to black. I'm going to reduce the text, reduce it. So I can just space them out. So I'm just going to increase this. Alright, so let me just drag this and place here. Alright, I think this is good. This is good. This is good. Alright, let's see if there's any other resource we can add. Any other resource we can add. Okay, let's add the light flare. So I'm just going to increase this, okay, and then I'm just going to blend it as well. Nothing much. I'll just blend this. So the blend option I'm using is, let's use the screen, okay. Blend, let's use the blend screen blend option. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screenshot of the Shift Control Alt E, and then I'm going to go to my filter, camera raw filter. Once my camera raw filter opens, I'm just going to increase the dehaze here. Alright, that's all. I'm just going to increase, and then okay, good. So this is the design. Alright, this is a very simple design for a church flag. Alright, so with that, we've come to the end of the design for today. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you in the next one. Please do all to like, share, and subscribe, and also click the notification bar so you can get notified if I post a new video. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Have a lovely day.